most important things that you'll ever do in real estate investing is negotiating the deal. And yes, there is an art to negotiating. So these are a few principles that you want to follow to make sure that your next negotiation is successful. Because remember, at the end of a successful negotiation, you're going to hopefully get that property in contract and be able to either wholesale it, fix and flip it, or buy and hold and make some money. So a few things you want to think about. First, make sure that you're educated on the market where the property resides. You want to make sure that you understand that neighborhood, the comparable sales. Homeowners love to say, oh, this house over here sold, for $1 million, so that's why my property should be worth $1 million. You need to understand the area and what properties have sold in the area so that you can actually answer them. Well, yes, that property sold for $1 million, but it's also a 5-bedroom, 3-bath. Yours is only a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It has 800 more square feet. Maybe it's also on the canal. It's on the water, so to speak. Those type of things. So understanding the area and the comparable sales. Also, you want to understand why you're making that offer on the property. It's based upon its as-is condition and what repairs may be needed in the property. So you want to make sure that you're educated on what the repairs are so that you can educate your homeowner, show them evidence of that, of what it's going to cost to replace the roof and put in a new AC system, a new flooring, or new kitchen. So you're going to want to make sure that you understand the pricing and the repairs so that you can substantiate the price that you're going to be offering to your homeowner. Now, this is very important. It's a principle that my mom also taught me when cooking. It's like adding salt. You can always add more salt, but if you taste something and it's too salty, you're going to have to start over. So it's the same thing in your negotiations. If you start too high and your potentially motivated seller accepts your first offer, you already know one thing: you offered too much. In a negotiation, it is almost standard practice that you want them to say no to your first offer. So when you make an offer to a homeowner, you want to have room for yourself to be able to raise your offer in case they don't take it. So if you know what your highest offer is, let's say it's $300,000 for the property. And let's say I'm going to start at $280,000 or $285,000. You don't want to lowball. Don't start at $200,000. You don't want to lowball them. But if I start at like $280,000, maybe they come back and say, well, I really need to get, at least, $290,000. Or maybe they say, I really need to get $300,000 or I just can't do this deal, which is your number. And by the way, don't tell them right away that, yes, I'll go ahead and pay $300,000. Think about it for a second. I always tell homeowners, let me work my numbers again with my contractor. Maybe there's something I can do here to raise my offer up a little bit, okay? But if you started at $300,000, which is where you wanted to buy the property, they may have come back, already at $310, because sometimes sellers just want to feel like they're getting something extra. Okay. So it's that basic principle of whoever speaks next loses. So make sure that when you make that offer, that you give yourself time and don't worry about whether if they say no or don't give you an answer right away, because like I said, you can always raise your offer a little bit. And if you're wholesaling properties, really, at the end, whatever price that you're going to get that property at, you're going to know whether you can make any kind of money. Maybe you have to assign it instead of doing a double closing. But when you're negotiating, those are the principles that you want to follow to make sure that your next negotiation is going to be a successful one.